This hive hasn't been serviced in 3 years. So if you look in the super.
So all is not lost when this happens. If you don't get in there in time.
So me and Richie came to service a hive. This hive hasn't been serviced in 3 years. So if you look in the super, you can see that there's wax moth in that super. You can see there wasn't frames in the brood box. So they start building underneath the super. So we're gonna do some cutouts, clean out this box nicely, and just get it back into order.
So what's actually happened in this instance is that a swarm moved into a box that wasn't fully prepared for bees. So the box only had 7 frames with wax and a big gap on the side. And when the bees moved in, the beekeeper was very wary of going into the brood chamber and disturbing the bees. Guys, if you know that they've moved into a box where there aren't frames, don't leave it a long time. A couple of days, once the bees are settled, go in there, put in frames, shift the bees over slightly, do it at night gently, but correct that as quickly as possible, because what's ensued after this incident is that they've been too scared to inspect the box because they knew that the frames were built on top of the super. The brood frames were built on the super, and so they didn't want to disturb the bees. So what happens then is that no brood maintenance happens whatsoever. So all is not lost when this happens. If you don't get in there in time, just like Vickers and them, they took it apart and took those frames and beautifully put them back onto new frames and corrected that brood chamber. So don't be scared. If you've left it a long time and you know that there's a problem in there, either get a more experienced beekeeper to help you to correct it and to put all those brood frames beautifully onto new frames so that the bees can continue to thrive. Make sure that you're doing regular inspections in your hives, because as you know, if we don't inspect our hives, especially before the spring flow, we're going to miss out on our honey. So make sure that you're looking after your bees nicely, and if you need some help, give us a call. We in KZN and we can help you anytime. All right, see you guys soon. I hope you've learned something. Vickers and Richie, great job. Lovely to see them sorting out these problem hives.